He made $500,000 a year, yet kept me waiting 8 years over a $20,000 bride price. The night I heard him laugh and say I was worth $2,000 at most, something in me finally broke. I stayed with him for 8 years, from 25 to 33. He always said he would marry me once he had saved enough. And for 8 years, I believed him. The first year, he said work was stressful and he couldn't save. The second year, he said he needed a car to keep up appearances. The third year, he said his career was at a critical stage. Every year after that, there was always a new excuse. And I kept waiting for a promise he never intended to keep. In the 8th year, he got drunk at a reunion. I went to pick him up, but stopped outside the private room. Inside, there was laughter. They were talking about his first love. They said if she ever came back, he'd pay $200,000 without hesitation. They said I was just a substitute, that as long as he played the victim, I'd even pay him to stay. And then he said it himself. After 8 years, I wasn't worth anything anymore. At most, 1 day of his salary, $2,000. I stood outside the door, unable to move. I didn't cry. I didn't go in. I just turned and left. Outside the bar, I bent over a trash can and retched. His words kept replaying in my head. 8 years of love, reduced to something disposable. That night, I called my mom. For the first time, I said I was ready to meet someone new. I went home. He wrapped his arms around me like always, soft and affectionate, as if nothing had happened. I used to fall for that. But that night, it felt disgusting. Then, half asleep, he whispered another woman's name. That was the moment I understood. I wasn't even the substitute. Not really. The next morning, he made breakfast like a caring boyfriend. I sat there, slowly breaking apart the fried egg on my plate. Then I said it. I want to break up. He froze. Then came disbelief. Then anger. He said I was being dramatic, said I wanted more money. He mocked my age, said I was playing games like a younger girl. I didn't explain. I didn't argue. I just packed my things and left. On my way out, I threw the keys into the trash. I wasn't going to give myself away back. At work, I handed in my resignation. I didn't want anything tying me to him. That same day, his first love returned. She stood beside him openly. Everyone said they were meant to be. And I was just a shadow that had never been acknowledged. I deleted his number. I went on a date. It went well. We were compatible, both willing to try something real. Then my phone rang. It was him. His voice was weak. He said he was trapped somewhere dark. Said his battery was dying. Said only I could help him. I went. Not because I loved him, but because I knew he was claustrophobic. When I opened the door, I realized the truth. It was a game. They had used my worry as a bet, used my feelings as entertainment. He said I always came when called. She laughed and said they could pay me like a housekeeper. The room burst into laughter. And I stood there, the punchline. So I spoke. I asked for 8 years of wages, calculated at market value, just over $500,000. He didn't hesitate. He transferred the money immediately. Yet he had never been willing to give me $20,000 to marry him. That was the moment I let go completely. I told him I had a boyfriend now, right in front of him. I took another man's hand. For the first time, he panicked. He tried to explain, to stop me, but I was already gone. Later, I moved abroad, started over. My career slowly fell into place. My life became mine again. And him? He began to lose everything. His job, even that so-called first love. Only then did he understand regret. But by then, it had nothing to do with me. I stopped asking who loved more, stopped chasing a relationship that had to end in marriage. I learned something simpler. Giving one man endless chances is meaningless. Giving yourself the freedom to choose, that's everything. I once bet 8 years on one person. Now, I hold the choice in my own hands. Those 8 years didn't teach me patience. They taught me this: when you finally see someone clearly, leave cleanly, and never look back.